Hello, this is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling you in since 2002. Today we're going to be looking at the McFarlane Platinum Hawkman. This is the version of Hawkman I got from my local retailer instead of the regular edition. I'm quite happy about this. I wasn't expecting that, but this is the Hawkman he gave me. I ordered the regular 0 hour Hawkman. That's the one I got. Let's look at this further. Now, Hawkman didn't come with many things, just the wings and the Morningstar mace. That's it. The difference with the other Hawkman is that there's no paint on his belly. The skin tone is also different. This one is much more pinker. If you had the Superpowers Hawkman as a kid, this figure really looks like it. Even the skin tone is the same. It really does look like a bigger version of the Superpowers action figure that I've had in the past. Is this the best Hawkman I've ever had? I don't know. I've had many Hawkman action figures over the years. I would say that the best one is still the first DC Direct Hawkman action figure from 1999-2000, I believe, where he came in a set with Shaira or Hawkgirl, and he had two helmets that you could remove and replace. And obviously back then the wings were also articulated. This Hawkman's wings are not articulated. They're taken from another McFarlane action figure. So it's a bit odd that McFarlane reuses parts from one action figure property to another one. If it were Marvel, Marvel would never allow Hasbro to reuse parts from a G.I. Joe figure on a Marvel Legend action figure or even Star Wars, in the case of Disney. But here, McFarlane used the wings from another, Spawn action figure, Spawn related action figure I should say, on Hawkman. This figure is badass. This is the way Hawkman should be. Wild, crazy, and extremely well articulated. This is probably one of the best articulated Hawkman action figures I've ever had. It's so easy to see him being wild and crazy and all ready to fight. He only came with one set of hands, and that's too bad. A second set would have been much more fun. So he can only hold his mace with this one head. I don't like the long hair. This is not the way Hawkman always looked. The helmet is good. The issue with Hawkman's helmet is that it's so different, it's so difficult to render that sometimes it looks ugly. This one looks just right. Look at the way he looks. It's so dynamic. I really like this figure. You can see like him fighting and being wild and crazy. As you can see here on his belly, on his chest, even on his arms, there's no paint app on the hair. So it looks a bit nasty. It looks like he's, I don't know, has bad skin or goosebumps as opposed to hair. I don't like the diaper here. This is not a feature that's on a regular Hawkman. I'm not sure if it was on the 0 hour Hawkman, but they put it here, so I don't like it very much. The articulation is extremely good, although the one thing I do not like is that weird shoulder butterfly hinge. It doesn't look good, especially when it's pulled down like that. Looks weird. I don't like this hinge at all. But you've got very good curls. The biceps, double articulated elbows, and they move quite well. I didn't expect that from a McFarlane figure. The figure does have that ugly wrist joint, ball joint, which I don't like at all. They're all like that, the McFarlanes. A very good chest piece with abs that tend to be a bit heavy because of the wings. So he always has this kind of contra position thing, but that's actually a very good thing if you want to pause Hawkman. The one good thing you'll notice, obviously, is that Hawkman can stand on his own two legs, even with the wings. This is actually quite rare for a Hawkman action figure. Usually the wings are so heavy that he doesn't stay on his own. This Hawkman is dynamic and stays on his own without any issue. You don't have to struggle to pause him. For the legs, the articulation is just fine. It's got the McFarlane hinges here, but it's good. Double knee articulation. No, they're not pinless, but that's okay. You can't rotate the calves here, you can't. But it does have toe articulation and a ball joint here. I don't want to play with it too much, but it's solid enough. Now, like I mentioned, the wings are attached. You attach them yourself. But they're too close together. So if you pull them a bit, you know, it doesn't look so good. There should be more gap, more space between the two wings. But having said that, they do balance out pretty well and they don't fall. So you can pause Hawkman in whatever pose that you want without having to worry about gravity and him being top heavy. That's quite a feature for a Hawkman action figure. I've had many Hawkman action figures over the years, and it's the first one that just stays on without having to worry about balancing him too much, as if he was going to fall and so on. So you can put him in an action pose, and I just dumped a bunch of action figures next door. It just fell on my desk. Let me just show you quickly the damage I've just wrought. Yeah, a bunch of them just fell over. Running out of space. Just one bump on the desk and everything falls. Now let's compare Hawkman with a few other action figures. Here's a Zesray Warrior. He's about the same scale as Hawkman. So I can see Hawkman fighting this guy. That'd be good. Hawkman traditionally uses weapons from museums, older weapons, to fight his opponents. Because he's had many lives, so he's used to fighting them with older weapons. And this is what we get here. So even though Hawkman is a superhero action figure, 7-inch scale, he still looks good next to those guys, right? Those guys are probably a bit shorter than him, but the scale is just right if you want to have a fight with goons. And the X-Race action figures are great for that, in terms of gladiator, goons, and so on. So Hawkman can be like a barbarian fighting those guys. See, the scale is pretty good with one another. That's a good scale. Let's remove those warriors. The X-Race figures, by the way, are great. They tend to be a bit fragile if you don't take care of them much, but they're very good figures. Here's with the Martian Manhunter. This Martian Manhunter, the problem that this figure has is that it's way too small. It's perfect for a 6-inch line, but it's not the right scale for the rest of the McFarlane figures. The Martian Manhunter is usually the tallest of all the Justice Leaguers, not the shortest. So that's a problem. This is Hawkman's spa. Alan Scott Green Lantern. They look great together. And obviously, Jay Garrick, the Flash. Just right. And my custom Aquaman. Also looks good. With the rest of them, I wonder if they'll make a Hawk Girl. That'd be sweet. Hawk Girl's a great character. I've always liked her. They would be reusing the same wings, I guess. But it would be sweet to have a Hawk Girl action figure once and for all. I don't know if the Hawkman figure reuses parts from other toys. So far, it doesn't seem like he's reusing anything else. But like I said, if you want a savage character, barbarian type of superhero, this is Hawkman. This is a great figure. Oh, let me compare him with Angel. I got both of them at the same time. I have to mention the fact that I got this figure from my retailer, Toy Snowman. Instead of getting the regular version of Hawkman, I thought I ordered the regular, well, the deluxe special, not this. But this is the one he sent to me, so I'm not complaining. I'm very happy about that. Thank you, Toy Snowman. This is Angel, the new Angel figure. I did check, because I got the two of them at the same day. I did check to see if there was any way I could take the wings of this Angel and put them on Hawkman. I would have been possible, but part of the pegs in the Angel's wings would have had to be cut so it could fit inside of the Hawkman action figure. But the problem is the wings look great on Angel, but I don't think they would look great on Hawkman. They look too puny, too small on him. So it wouldn't be a great fit on him. So even though I don't really like the McFarlane wings, and they're not the same quality as Angel's wings, this is still fine. This is still good. I'm not gonna complain. So this is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, filling in since 2002. Like and subscribe.